So I've several times mentioned the Blitzkrieg of bullshit about how Trump and his people want to keep just throwing stuff at us to demoralize us and distract us. One way you can tell that is I go every morning to my browser and type in Trump just to see what pops up. And I've often noticed that from one day to the next, every single thing that pops up is entirely different than the previous day. Yesterday, everything was about Washington, D.C. Today, all I typed in was Trump, and everything that pops up, every single news story, is just about his meeting with Putin and Ukraine.
It's like yesterday never happened.
And today, there's some other flashy bullshit that they're trying to get in our way. Like how once again the Republicans just want to complain about Hunter Biden. Because Melania Trump, of all people, is claiming that he needs to retract extremely salacious comments about Trump and Epstein. You read that right. This is the rich, narcissistic asshole version of a kid insulting you on the playground and you going, "You take that back!" The comment he made was that Trump and Melania met through Jeffrey Epstein. Which, no matter what the situation is, that's not a salacious comment, because Epstein was known to have been friends with Trump and Melania for years. She's now threatening to sue him over this. The statements are false, defamatory, and extremely salacious, calling the First Lady to suffer overwhelming financial and reputational harm. How did that cause her any financial harm? Also, reputational harm? You did that to yourself, bitch. Constantly telling people you don't give a shit, telling people that you don't give a shit about Christmas at the White House, dressing like Professor Harold Hill going to a funeral. You ruined your own reputation a long time ago. The Republicans actually believe they have any kind of reputation left to speak of? Defunding and destroying PBS, the White House has said their preferred alternative would be to put PragerU in every public classroom. PragerU, led by Dennis Prager, who is a conservative nutjob who releases AI videos trying to teach children that slavery really wasn't that bad. He says education is being too liberal and too dominated by those ideas, which is hilarious because facts actually have a liberal bias. So he tries to counter it with bullshit history revisionism and religious dogma. So get rid of PBS, which was great for children for decades, and replace it with whitewashed history and Christian bullshit. Meanwhile, we forget that 34 out of 35 scholars already agreed that Trump is a lawless authoritarian. And the only one who didn't is actually an authoritarian apologist himself. And while he and their party are trying to gerrymander in several states in order to give themselves more seats in Congress, California, as well as other places like New York, are now saying they're going to counter that by gerrymandering their own states to get the Republicans out of there. Gavin Newsom even made fun of Trump by making a post in the style of him in all caps not making any sense. I thought that was pretty damn funny. And of course, the whole thing is to not only continue to distract away from Jeffrey Epstein, but also to distract away from the fact that Trump is using unlawful authoritarian measures in order to try to take over blue cities. He wants to start with DC, and then he wants to target other cities, preferably those in states who didn't vote for him. Because this is what they do. They take over law enforcement, and then they just storm into cities. Meanwhile, they want the rest of us to pretend absolutely nothing is happening.